The next speaker is Melissa Isaac. She's she's from Alabama, and I first met her 2 years ago. I think it was September 11th, 2016, Restoring Freedom in Washington, D.C. And I have one memory of her. We had stopped to get water. It was hot, and we're just marching around all day. And I think you and your friend had bought all the bottled waters, and there was nothing left for us. Rustin and I were marching together. I was like, all right. And she took off running. But she's a trooper. Go to her website and check out all of the things that she has to offer. She has been a big supporter. I've been able to keep up with her through Mark's pages and other Facebook posts that she's made. But I saw the video that you made in Washington, D.C. I'm not going to steal any of that thunder, but I really thought that was awesome what you do. So let's welcome Melissa Isaac.
Well, first say, we did hand out the bottles of water. We did not keep them for ourselves, but we did buy all the water. You know, we hear a lot about parental alienation and the effects that it has on kids. We hear about graduation rates. We hear about pregnancy, mental illness, substance abuse. We hear about those things. And we hear that it carries over into adulthood. But what does that look like? What does it look like when you're transitioning, when you're an alienated child, transitioning from adolescence into adulthood? So I want to talk about that briefly. And in my experience as an alienated child, I want to go through, I'm going to start there because we have time restraints. In high school, most kids, you worry about, well, I guess what are you supposed to worry about? Maybe social functions, clothes, grades. When I was in high school, my main concern, I guess, was where I was going to live. I lived with different friends. At one point, I had an efficiency apartment. I had a job. I paid my rent. I lived in foster care. I lived in several different places. A lot of my concerns as a kid was meeting my basic needs. So in concerning myself with meeting my basic needs, a lot of things that we do as teenagers to help our teenagers prepare for adulthood, those things weren't met. I wasn't worried about grades. I wasn't worried about college. I knew I wanted to go to college, but that wasn't my immediate concern at that time. Another thing about parental alienation is when you destroy a relationship with one parent of that child, you also destroy that support system. The support system is gone. My younger sister, for example, we have different fathers. She didn't meet her father until she was in her late 20s. So since then, he did pass, but she's met his family. There's an entire support system that has opened up to her that was not available to her the first 20 plus years of her life. So I want to talk about high school for me. My grades were not good. My attitude was poor. And I was just literally surviving from day to day just to get to graduation. I just wanted to get to graduation. I had a job in high school. I had bills to pay. And in high school, we prepare for college. And what do you look like on paper? You are an ACT score. You are your high school grades. These are things that matter when you're transitioning from your teenage years into your adult years. These are very important things if you're going to go to college. This, my friends, is my ACT score. Anybody proud of that? No, that is not a good ACT score. This was my high school ACT score. Yeah. This bought me a conditional admission to junior college. My grades were just enough to pass high school. Didn't have good grades in high school. So, bought me a conditional admission. So when I graduated high school, I had a job, moved into an apartment. My foster sister, who had just turned 18, also moved in with me. I was in my first year of college. She, by the way, was in her last year of high school. And did I mention we had her infant son with us? A little stress. My support system, who's in place now with my dad and his family, was not there. That relationship is gone. I think sometimes we say, well, just wait till your kids get older. When your kids get older, it's going to get better. And there's truth to that, but there's still a building process. It's a rebuilding process on both parts. So at 18 years old, with a conditional admission to junior college, my roommate and I are working a full-time job and a part-time job, and she's still in high school. So, but we get through it. Next slide. So 2.3 to 2.3 GPA coming out of junior college. Now, I had aspirations to go to law school. I can tell you, my scores were not, it was not a possibility for me. It was not. Now, 2.3 GPA in junior college, this is because I had a full-time job, had a part-time job, and still no support system. This right here is not a setup for a successful adult life. It's not. So, college for me was difficult. Didn't have any medical insurance. I worked overtime a lot just to pay the bills. I needed scholarship to go to school. Where do you think I found a scholarship? I found somebody to give me a scholarship. Yay! It paid for my schooling with a 17 ACT score, a 2.3 GPA of junior college. This is the best thing I did, folks, right here. So I joined the military. Next slide. This is my basic training picture. This, for me, is a picture, is a turning point. Because what the military gave me was a paycheck. It was the easiest thing I ever did. I had to show up. I had to pass a PT test. I was a private in the Army, no real responsibilities. I had medical insurance. I had a roof over my head. I no longer had to worry about the basic necessities. That worry was lifted. My dad is a Marine, a Vietnam veteran, and our relationship rebuilding process had begun. So my service combined with his service, we communicated when I was in basic training. It was great. My relationship with my father was really mended during this time. This picture means a lot to me because it's really a line in the sand, going forward and looking back. Looking back was full of stress, was full of hopelessness, lack of opportunity. From this point going forward, that's where I became the person I am today. So the great thing about the military is they have this thing called tuition assistance. While you're active duty, they pay for 100% of your college. Next slide. So while I was on active duty, I finished my bachelor's degree, and I obtained a master's degree, and I obtained another master's degree. So master's degrees, my GPA was 3.9 in my first master's program, and a 4.0 in my second. How does this happen when you get a 17 on your ACT and you get a 2.3 in junior college? How does it happen? It happens because the stress was gone, my support system was in place, and for the first time in my life, I had confidence. For the first time. Next slide. This is my law school graduation. So I applied for law school. Law school looks heavily on your undergraduate GPA. My undergraduate GPA was not good. So I found a law school that considered graduate work. I got a merit scholarship to law school. What are the odds? So I get a merit scholarship to law school. I'm drawing my GI Bill through law school because I had not used it yet. Folks, I have a fraction of the law school debt that my counterparts have who grew up with good families, supportive parents. I have a fraction of that debt. A fraction. This is my stepmother. When I graduated high school, my older sister was there. My parents didn't come. There was too much parental conflict. So this law school graduation to me meant so much. Meant so much to me. So, next slide. So now, this is my firm. I'm not here to market my firm, by the way. But I'm here to say that you can get down, but don't get out. Never get out. If you would ask anybody from when I was 17 years old, if they thought that this person would exist, they would have laughed. I would have laughed. The people who loved me probably would have laughed. It was not an option. But I came out from underneath this cloud that was this alienated kid with no support system, to this, to where now I'm in a position where I can help other people and I can understand what other people are going through. This right here is wonderful. Mark's organization, Americans for Equal Shared Parenting. I'm so excited about this because I've been in the family law business for about 10 years. And for the first time, I see the change. You know, there's other organizations that I'm a part of that are wonderful organizations. But for the first time to see the change on the horizon, it excites me. So it excites me. Everybody in here has either been affected by parental alienation, either because you're concerned about parental alienation. We all need to get on board. And we need to lock arms. Because we lock arms and we go forward. Because this is real. All these issues that we're having is real. And I can't tell you for me being successful, there might be 100,000 that failed. We're talking about children reaching potential. We've got to make these changes. We have to make these changes together. You guys have no idea how good it is to be here with you guys and outside of the courtroom where there's other attorneys who don't understand or don't care to understand. But you guys do. We need to make sure that we stay together and that we move forward. Thank you guys so much. There's time constraints. My time is out. But thank you so much for having me, and you guys.
Great work. Thank you for coming and supporting this cause.